Okay, welcome to the Fred Whitton Wrynose descent. Now, you might recognise this little bit as just after the very summit of Wrynose. You're already tired, you've got 100 miles in your legs now, you've just done a really sketchy descent, and you've got another one to come. So, this is again just to show you where all of the bad road surfaces, potholes, and lumps and bumps are, and a couple of areas in particular which I've pointed out on another video, but it's worth doing this in full just to give you a full timeline of everything. Again, the views down here are wonderful. I've never had a bad view down here down the Fred, but I do realise that it can be terrible. It can be foggy up here, or indeed up in the clouds. So as you see, this top part is really flat. You can relax and get a bit of strength back. But as soon as you get around that little corner, you start ramping up here. The speed starts building up and the road surface starts getting worse. You ping a left round here, and I call this the chute. There's loads of potholes on the right at the top just there. This is where the speed really does start to build up. You can see you can flow relatively well down here, but be aware again that these corners are not shallow. And if there's a lot of people around you, you don't want to be flailing around all over the road. The visibility here is better than it shows on the camera. You come round to the right here, you can just see. It's really good, but it's deceptively tight when you get to this left-hander coming up. You've got a good view down towards the lakes again there. This left-hander is relatively tight, so you need to slam on for that. And again, you can see all the way down from here. You can spot the van going over the bridge there. Just be wary of that. There's a couple of lumps and bumps here. A bit of gravel on the outside. And now, I'm going to say it. Don't go as fast as I'm doing down here. I know the road's open, and I know this road really, really well. There's a couple of bumps. If you're, again, a slower or less confident descender, stick to the left on this part. It's really important. But again, not too far left, because you don't want to get collected by by the landscape and the crap road surface that is mainly on the left of the descent here. Usual puddles here and there. This was recorded on a dry weekend. As you see, there's still the odd little puddle here and there. Sheep, they'll always be there. Big rock on the right. Well, I say a rock, it's a boulder on the right there. And again, it's still pretty steady here. So you just, it's again steeper than it looks. Now, you come down through this bit by the wall, and you're still motoring only 30 mph plus, but the road surface gets really quite bad. You can see all over. There's gravel and lots of potholes and what have you. Obviously, I slowed down here for the car and had to miss a hole at the same time. Had to squash myself through a little gap there. You're not going to brake on a dime, are you? You're not going to stop immediately. You can put a little bit of power down here if you want, just to get your momentum back up. But as far as I'm concerned, the most dangerous bit is actually just coming up. People get a bit complacent down here. You see the rock ahead in the foreground, basically. So you hook a right here, you can see the farm, and there's a warning sign there. That is to warn you of this left-hander that's coming up. You need to take this one with a bit of care, because it cuts in quite a lot and over a shocking road surface, and it gets close to that wall. You can let it off the brakes for a moment, just a moment here, but cattle grid on a left-hander. Get yourself straightened up and get immediately slowed down before you hit the cattle grid. You go over this and then you turn a really sharp right here next to a farm. That is the descent. Obviously, I'm turning around here for the purposes of the video, but I want you to be safe down there. That last corner is the worst by a distance. So take care, be safe. I hope that helped.